And here I is. What's happening? I have on my WTF shirt, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, in honor of the day today. You see, I've got my red lips on. Well, it's kind of a reddish orange brick color or something. I don't know. I was digging around in the drawer and I said, oh, I haven't worn this for a while. I don't even know if this color's still in style, but guess what? I paid money for this shit, so I'm gonna wear it. And y'all can just yell at me later. What's happening? I see some new names or names I don't really see that often, but it's good to see everybody. Today, in case you are just wandered in and you're like, oh, look, a live stream. What is this? What be happening? This is a live stream relationship advice show. Been doing this for years. And mostly on Tuesdays, sometimes on Wednesdays. But I'd say 98% of the time it's on Tuesday. Hey, Shay. That's my moderator extraordinaire. So y'all don't be cutting up. She'll get you. She'll get you. But it's like, so people write in, right? They write in these letters. They're all in this packet. And my cousin selects some and she puts them in the column for me to answer live on the air. Usually we've been running about between 24 and 26, mainly hitting that 25 mark every show, 25 letters. So what happened, I just read the letters and then I give an answer off the cuff. I haven't heard the letters before. I haven't seen them before. They get emailed to me. I print them out and I'm very good. I don't look at them because I want to be as surprised as you are. Okay. Now, if you, as you listen along, you decide that you want to submit a question in too, that's how you do it right there on the screen. You go down to, there's a link in the show description down below. There's also one up here in the, up here in the YouTube channel. There's like a little green graphic. You click that. It takes you to the same form anyway. But the easiest is to just go to the show description down below, click that link, and then you can submit your question and hopefully it will get selected. Okay. So let's get started since we got so many to do. Okay, question number 1 of 25. This is a young lady in the 30 to 36 age group from Miami, Florida. She says, hello, Miss Deb, and thank you, Candace, for selecting my letter. I mean, that's very nice. Thank you. Is phone sex cheating? A friend of mine asked for my advice, and I was at a complete loss on how to advise her, so I'm writing to you. My friend, quote, Amy, recently found out that her husband, Steve, uses a paid phone, site on a regular basis. He calls the phone operators and tries to get them off using various techniques. Wow. He also engages in pretty intense sexting and email chats with women on the site. In one of the emails, he jokes about marrying the girl and refused to say whether he's married when she mentioned it. Steve's been on the site for about a year and it's unclear how much he spent. Neither Amy nor I know if this qualifies as cheating or if it is divorceable behavior. They have 4 children and have been together for several years. So our questions are, number 1, how dusty is this behavior? Does the internet provide immunity for people to live out their fantasies and not be considered dusty? Number 2, is this behavior divorceable? And number 3, what would you do if you were Amy? Wow, this is kind of intense. Dude is just like, dude is his own one. Okay, is this cheating? Yes. Because anytime there is a physical, as in sexual release with any person other than your husband or wife, when you're in that kind, you're married, it's considered cheating. Now, there's going to be people who, of course, are going to disagree with me. Are they going to be like, well, what about Bill Clinton? I did not have sex with that woman. Okay, but yes, you did. It just had another word in front of it, Billy. You did. Okay. So, but your husband, and he's like going, he's doing visual things. He's doing texting things. He's on the phone, audio things. I mean, how could you not consider this cheating? He's doing things with other women. He's seeking out other women's company and he's getting sexually involved with women outside of his marriage. That's cheating. Okay, in everybody's book I've ever went to, that's cheating. Okay, he's been doing this for over a year, and is it divorceable behavior? Well, only she can decide that. I can't make that determination, because some women would be like okay with it, because as long as there's no physical contact, they're gonna massage it around in their mind to where it's okay. But you got your husband who should be thinking them kind of things about doing stuff like that with you, and instead he's seeking out other women, and then blatantly saying that he wants to marry them and all this kind of stuff. So his fantasy is going to the level, well, it's extremely disrespectful of you and your marriage. He's not even acknowledging your marriage anymore. So how dusty is this behavior? You want, like, on a scale of 1 to 100 or something, 1 to 10? I'd put it up there, and since he's not touching him, he's going to stay in the 90s. He's not going to go to 100. So let's put him at like 92. Okay? That's still an A. That's still an A mark. Okay, does an internet provide immunity for people to live out their fantasies and not be considered dusty? Absolutely not. Dusty is a mindset and a behavior. It has nothing to do with your income level, educational level, socioeconomic status, race, gender, nothing. It is an attitude and a behavior. He is as dusty as they come. Number 2, is this behavior divorceable? Well, I already answered that. Only she can decide, if this is hurtful enough, and is, especially if he's escalating, right? And then number 3, what would you do if I would let him know that I know, and I would, how this is very hurtful and is outside the bounds of what a committed, marital vow encompasses. And I would tell him, what the fuck is your problem? I know I wouldn't be able to be calm. Amy might be better at this than me, but I would probably be busting him upside the head with something. And then I would be like, okay, you got two choices here. Either we go to therapy and try to figure out what the fuck is going on with you that you think this is appropriate behavior for a husband, or number 2, we go straight to the divorce attorney. Which one do you prefer? Because one thing I'm not going to do is tolerate being treated like this. It's not going to happen. And it's not to say that if we go through therapy that we still might not get a divorce, but I'm at least willing to put in some time, because they got 4 kids, to see what we can do, if anything, to save this marriage for our children's sake, if not even for ourselves. And then, do that, because actually it shows, like if the kids get older and ask you about it, you can always say, I tried to get your dad to go to therapy, or we went to therapy, marital counseling, whatever you want to call it, and we were unable to resolve the problem. And so we ended up splitting, and it has nothing to do with you. We both still love all of you. You know what I mean? You're going to have a cover story for your kids so they don't feel guilty or like it's somehow their fault, like little kids often do. So that's why I suggest the, counseling, because you want to cover all bases. You want to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, so that if you make the decision later on to dip out, boop, because he's still stupid, then you will have given him the opportunity. You know what I mean? That's what I would suggest. Yeah, when you have 4 children, you do try. See, marriage, this is the thing about it. Marriage is a bigger commitment for you than just somebody you dating and a baby daddy. Okay? Y'all took vows, and if you're a religious type, in front of God. All right, that's some serious shit. So yeah, you get off your ass and you see if there's something that you can do to save the marriage. You certainly do. You don't just dip out because it's not a sunny day. And if your kids matter to you, and you matter to you, then you're going to do it. It's like a package deal. It's not just for the kids. She wants, she would want to still keep her husband and family intact as well. But, you don't want to, I'm not saying you save the marriage for the kids. I said you try, which means you put the option there to go to therapy and talk it out. You might end up still getting a divorce, like I said, but you would have at least put forth the energy to try to make it happen, to try to get some understanding, to try to fix whatever the communication problem is that's going on, whatever this mental illness that he may have. Maybe he needs therapy, medication, I don't know, brain shocks or something. They used to do that electroshock therapy. Maybe he needs his brain toasted a little bit. I don't know. But, to me, if you're married, that requires more of an investment of your time and attention to at least try to talk it out. And that, like I said, at the end, you may very well determine that it's still, divorcing is the right path to take. But you'll feel good about the decision and that you've already, you tried all options. So when your kids ask you about it, you can say, yes, we went to therapy, but it didn't really work. Oh, his sister told you walked up in here. What's up, girl? With your crazy self. It's good to see you. Yeah, this is tripping. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. This is a female in the 26 to 30 age group out of Los Angeles. Had this person who I've known for a little while, and he, 30, slid into my DMs last night. He told me I'm beautiful and he likes me. We don't know each other super well, but it's weird. I'm also cool with his fiance. She recently asked for my address so she could send me a wedding invitation. I immediately was firm with my boundaries and said, hey, it's, this is not okay, and how nobody should be put into this situation, especially his fiance. So I'm wondering, should I tell her what he did? Do I send her the screenshots? Would you want to know the truth before you got married? I'm struggling with this because I would want to know, but also have been in a situation where the woman blamed me. So I'm on the fence and unsure about what steps to take. Okay, well, do it this way. You got her address, right? Because she said do you have her address, or do you have a way to get in contact with her that's not email or phone? That's what I'm looking for. A way to contact her at her job, a way to send something to her house, or her mama's house. I mean, a friend, her best friend. I mean, what kind of, because this is what I want you to do. You're not going to call her. You're not going to, email her where she can tie it to you, but you want to send her a note, right? You're going to type it. So there's nobody's, it's not anybody's handwriting. It can be identified and say, it has come to my attention that your fiance is sliding into women's DMs and, trying to hook up with them and stuff. Flirting. I just thought you should know this to know what kind of the character of the man that you're trying to marry. The end. Chances are it's going to go like this. She's going to say, what the hell? What the hell are you doing? And he's going to say, what are you talking about? He's going to deny, which is always my approach. When I'm jammed up in some shit that I don't want to admit to. I deny, I don't know what you're talking about. And will say it with such a straight face and be looking all dimples all flashing, looking all innocent and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to admit to that. There's no benefit to me to do that. And people say, that's rather narcissistic and sociopathic. I'm like, Kanye shrug, it is what it is. It's like, you look at the future and you see drama, pain, torture, a bunch of emotional upheaval and bullshit. And then you think, well, but if I just say I don't know what you're talking about, all of that goes away. Which path would you choose? It's not like you're, like creating a fable. You're just saying, I don't know what you're talking about, right? You just deny that it even happened and that you know anything about it. Anyway, you do what what men always do. And but anyway, that's what he's gonna do. I already know he's gonna deny that it ever happened, and that people just trying to break us up and all this and all that. And so she's most likely gonna forgive him because she's young and she wants to get married, and she's thinking about I'll be embarrassed if I don't go throw with it and all this and that, and he'll be all right with just a passing phase. These women they talk themselves out of all this stuff. And so, but you can go to your grave with a clear conscience that you let her know that her man was trifling. You see what I'm talking about? So that would be my suggestion. So I don't know how you're going to find out how her address or whatever, but you're going to put it in a regular looking business envelope and send it to her with her name on it. Oh, you're a new subscriber? Who's a new subscriber? Okay, well, hey, congratulations on joining the most fantabulous group of women on YouTube. You made a smart decision. Yeah, she told you no, she doesn't want to put that in because it's going to identify her. You don't want to do that. See what I'm saying? The whole point about this is to be anonymous. It's not to put her name in it. So you can't put putting, the receipts in there. You don't do that. You're going to send her a note that's just very cryptic, just like what I said. If she's been, has any suspicions, which she probably already does, just been trying to deny them, getting validation from some outside source, you might just stir her to do a little investigating. If she does some investigating for herself, she'll find it. Because women have been known to set up profiles and do like what we talked about on the wall today, on the community wall. Have a friend reach out and try to set you up to you see if you bite. And seeing how he doing it on his own, he would bite. Especially if it was one of them Instagram, hoochie looking people. Oh, he would be like all over that. And then she would know. But your name wouldn't be tied up in it. That's what we're trying to avoid. Okay, let's move on. Question number 3. This is a female, a 30 to 36 age group from CA. Okay, is that California? Is that a region Canada? I don't know. It just says CA. Okay, hello, Deb. A friend and I just had a huge falling out over our kids. We frequently go on play dates with our kids who are homeschooled, and our husbands are friends too, and recently started doing a business together. Her kid is biracial and light-skinned with a non-black father. Okay, I'm going to assume you told me that for a reason, so let's go on. Our kids get along well for the most part, but recently there was a spat. They were fighting over a toy that belonged to my daughter, and her daughter wanted to play with it. I told her to give it back, and she pouted and cried about it. My friend then told her daughter that it's okay and she'll buy her own toy. I had no issue with that. It's the tone she said it in that bothered me. Like she was annoyed. I told her daughter to give back the toy. I asked, and she said whenever we are at her house, she always makes her daughter share. And I said, I understand that, but we aren't at her house, and her daughter brought toys of her own anyway. She says it's unfair because kids can share. I told her that this is why mixed women, oh boy. I told her this is why mixed women are entitled because they are taught from childhood that they can have whatever they want, and that she is raising her daughter to be one of those entitled mixed women. You know what I'm talking about, Diana. Instagram hoochie mamas. Okay, let me not put that over there because I'm going to need to refer to this in a minute. She flew into a rage and called me stupid and ignorant. She and her child left after she called her man to come and get her. Apparently, she told her man about what happened, and he called my man and told him that he will no longer be working with him and that he will distance himself from now on with no explanation other than your wife went too far. My husband told me and was very upset and didn't understand. I told him what happened, and now he's mad at me and said that I was being petty and ridiculous and that I made us look prejudiced. Now he is blaming me because he feels like I made him miss out on a really big opportunity. I feel as though my husband is being uncaring of my feelings and that he didn't protect me. He should be calling that man and telling him off and defending me. There's a part of me that thinks he's just upset that my friend won't be coming around anymore because I know he has dated women like her in the past. Do you think I should teach him a lesson? Do you think he's just mad because my friend won't be coming around anymore? He's giving me the silent treatment and being childish. You know what you need to do? Kick your ass from here, wherever CA is, California, Canada, wherever, till you get to Hong Kong. That's what you need to do. This is the most ignorant shit a grown woman in her 30s has ever done and written to my column about. This man was in business with your husband. You just cost your family's money and a future because you have some issues with color. You get your ass to a shrink. Get your ass to a shrink because this here was ridiculous. This was so ridiculous. I can hardly even imagine it. This sounds like some made up shit. Not like somebody would really do something this stupid. First of all, kids learn, okay, your kids are homeschooled. That's why you don't have any kind of concept about sharing. All kids share. When you go to play dates and schools and the preschools and stuff, there's toys there, and even if you bring your toy, the rule is you share the toy. That's how children learn to get along in the world. You were so fucked up and dead wrong to tell that little girl to give the toy back. It's your daughter's toy. She can play with it all the rest of the time while she has a guest in her house. Teach your daughter to be gracious. You let so-and-so see the toy, let so-and-so play with the toy, and why don't you play with one of her toys? See, that's how you had an opportunity there to teach your daughter cooperation, a positive spirit, how to exchange favors, share power, share things, be polite, be gracious. But that's not what you did. You just acted an ignorant fool. So this is what you need to do. You need to call that woman back and fucking apologize. And you apologize from the tips of your soul, because this was the stupidest thing you could have ever done. You better cop all kind of temporary insanity, please. PMSing. I lost my mind. I don't know what happened to me. But then to start talking about see, that shows the problem here is you. You don't bring up somebody's race like that. Have you lost your goddamn mind? I'm surprised your cousin husband didn't cuss you out. If I was married to you, I would have, and would still be doing it. So now the man has lost his business opportunity. His friendship is damaged. Your relationship with the woman is damaged, and you didn't teach your child anything intelligent with that exchange. You are all wrong on 4 different counts. But you know what? I'm glad you wrote. The color has in it because she's got some issues with her skin color. That's why. She doesn't feel good about herself. So she's bringing down some other people and causing a whole bunch of shit in her marriage for her husband and her kid. Because you need to get you some couch time for that. That's what I'm going to suggest you do. And I'm dead serious right now. Because this is going to destroy your life and your child. Whether you live in California or Canada, everybody's mixed with everything around here. So your operates and your child's options to mix and mingle with people of other races and blended races and all kind of stuff are going to be very high. And she needs to have the tools to do that in an intelligent, positive, and respectful way, not the way that you do it. Okay, so you apologize to your husband first. You make First is you find a shrink. That's what you're going to do. You find a shrink and you're going to sign up for some twice-a-week sessions to deal with your feelings of inadequacy and your low self-esteem. Then you are going to apologize to your husband. You're going to call that husband and wife and you're going to apologize to them. And you're going to tell them, you don't have to be friends with me. I'm going to a therapist about this because I realized I was so out of line. I don't even know what came over me. I was temporarily possessed. Like I said, you better cop all kind of pleas about something and then tell them, but I would really, I understand that you had to take that position because you're defending your wife and stuff. But, I want you to know that I am truly sorry. I will never, ever, ever treat anybody like that ever again. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so whatever. You better sing all kind of songs. And then you get your ass to a shrink and get that fixed. Okay? Because this is not going to be, anything sensible to have this attitude as you go through life. You're not going to teach your husband a lesson. He didn't do anything wrong. You the one that was wrong. Okay? He's mad because, and then you talking about, he's mad because a friend won't be coming around. He's mad because he lost money. His dreams of owning his own business just went up in smoke because of your mouth. He's giving you the sign to, because he's furious. He is so mad. He's so disappointed. He's just confused. He loves you because you're still his wife, but right now he could just toss your ass over the bridge and let sharks have a snack, and he'd probably be okay with that. That's how he's feeling. Very conflicted. And there was nothing for him to do to protect you. I don't know where you coming off. You said some fucked up shit to somebody, so he don't need to protect you from nothing. Your mouth was the one that wrote that check, so you cash it. It's not his responsibility to fix your horrible mistakes. Oh my God. Why did she put this letter so early on? Now I have a headache. This is unbelievable. Yeah, I like shark snacks. Out in the San Francisco Bay, they got some sharks out there. Them tiger sharks will munch you. She was having some kind of moment. I don't know what was going on with girlfriend, but she needs the help of a therapist to figure it out and make sure it never happens again. Question number 4, female, 37 to 45 from Boston. Hi, Deb. I have a problem. I'm in a relationship with a good man. He didn't start out as a good person, but he has made a huge effort over the past 4 years to become a real man. And she put that in caps. He cheated on me at the beginning of our relationship and tried to hide it by gaslighting. as we know, they don't hide it for long, as the truth will eventually come out. So he had to face it, own it, apologize, and make a real effort to change his ways. He went to therapy, read books, made a lot of big and small changes in his habits, friends, hobbies, etc., and literally turned himself into a new person. His family and friends don't even recognize the man he is today. Wow. Here's the problem, though. I don't feel like any of it is real. I thought that was anxiety and fear, and that in time it would go away. But here we are 4 years later. He is trying to make retirement plans with me, but I keep feeling like he's only here because the truth came out. I broke up with him. He asked me for another chance, and I made him choose me over his old life. And as he made mistakes along the way, I kept making him choose me. Honesty, transparency, and monogamy. He has chosen this new life and says he's never been happier in his entire life, and he's in his late 50s. It's obvious, but somehow deep in my brain or heart, I don't feel like he would have chosen me if I hadn't found out and demanded changes in order to give him another chance. Do you think this is a common problem for people post-cheating? Or do you think it's a matter of time before I feel like I belong in this relationship? How can a person know if these feelings are fear or red flags? He's not doing anything I can see that would indicate he's back to his old ways. I'm so frustrated all the time. Thanks for your help. No, see, this is the thing. You have to reframe this. You're looking at this all fucked up. You gave the man a choice. You can't make him do nothing. He's a grown-ass man. Just like he was doing all the foul, funky stuff that he was doing before he decided not to do it anymore. If he wanted to keep doing that, he could have just said, well, no, I'm choosing to continue to do this. And, so bye. But that's not what happened. And what you don't understand is, you're talking about, okay, is it fear or, what? The thing that makes men act right, not cheat, not lie and all that, is the fear that you're going to leave them. So the fact that he's afraid of losing you that's the way it's supposed to be. See, to me, if a man does not have a fear of losing a woman, he's not going to treat her the way that she should be treated. He's going to treat her any old kind of way because he don't care if she's there or not. She's just something to do. Easily replaceable in his mind. Just one of any 20 dozen other ones. They all look the same and they all serve the same purpose. This is, you fought to get this man to change, and he woke up and he changed, and now you having a problem with it. So I'm going to say this, just like with the last lady, your problem isn't that you don't trust him, and your problem is you don't trust yourself. You don't think that you have, that kind of importance to him that he would want to change to keep you. That's what the true issue is here. So what I'm going to suggest is just like, he went to therapy and read books and did all this stuff and put all his time and energy and effort into it, but you didn't do anything to work on your self-esteem and confidence, right? So I'm going to suggest that you do that right now. That's what you need, because everything that you're saying here is based on your own feelings of inadequacy, not being worthy. To see this man change and really love you and treat you the way you always wanted to be treated, you don't trust it because you don't feel like you deserve it, like you're not good enough to have it. That's what the true issue is here. So get yourself some therapy home, Skillet, before you mess this up. It's been 4 years of this. You should have thought of therapy long before now. But do that. Make some calls tomorrow. Look for some recommendations. Question number 5, male, 18 to 21 from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a 21-year-old male, and my dad died in a drowning accident 2 years ago. And I was with him. Oh, my God. But you're only 21 now, so he was 19, and you witnessed that? Ooh. I still struggle with some minor PTSD and sleepless nights and stuff. I bet you do. I want to try to get my life back and start dating again. I was wondering, when is this the right time to tell future dates that my dad died and stuff? I don't want to come across as emotional or emotionally unavailable or anything like that, because I'm doing way better than some time ago. I'm not going to spill everything on the first date or anything like that, but I was just wondering when you think it's appropriate to share that info. Thanks in advance. I would think it would be appropriate to share that info when the two of you are in a committed relationship, not just dating somebody. That means when I say committed relationships, I divide dating into like 3 three stages, and then of course there's marriage. But like the early dating phase, you 1, 2, 3, 4 dates or something, you trying to feel each other out. I mean, you probably still dating other people, whatever. Okay, that's early dating. Then there's like the early relationship part where, like you're only seeing this person and you may or may not have actually made a commitment to them. Okay, that's like stage 2. Stage 3 is you did make the commitment. It's well known that you all is on a plan to do something. You might have moved in together, planning to get married, be engaged, that kind of thing. I mean, it's serious, it's solid. When somebody gets an invitation to something, they already know to invite both of you. It's that kind of thing where everybody knows it's the two of you against the world. That's like stage 3, and then usually stage 3 ends up in marriage. Okay, so I think until you in mid stage 2, if you forgot, just rewind this recording and listen to it again. When you get to mid stage 2, like 10, 15 dates and y'all is a real couple, then you can go into detail. Before that, people are going to ask, because you guys are young, they're going to say, oh, how are your parents, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. So, my mom, this and that, my dad died a couple years ago. That's all you say. You do not go into details. You don't need to tell the whole story. You don't need to do all that. And she's going to say all appropriate noise. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. And then you're going to say, yes, me too. I really liked him. And then you tell some good stories about your dad and the stuff. So you want to lighten the mood, okay? Because you just dropped a bomb. And at 21, that's not really the usual bomb. So then you lighten it, yeah, but I have great memories of him and, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you see what I mean? That's how you're going to work it. So that she's not going to be like tripping about the fact that your dad died. She's going to be able to laugh with you, share positive memories of him. Imagine him as being this wonderful guy who positively influenced you. That's what you want to do. Okay? But that's very sad. I'm sorry that happened to you so young. That's messed up. Okay, question number 6. Female, 26 to 30, out of Richmond, Virginia. I'm having a problem with my boyfriend repeatedly hurting me. Even though I told him many times to be gentle. Specifically, he grabs my chest and it really hurts. Oh boy, these men, what is wrong with these people? He likes to be playful and grab me a lot in private. Most of the time I don't mind, and it's fun to play wrestle and goof around. I grab his butt a lot too, but he doesn't seem to understand that women's chests are delicate and they cannot be handled like my butt. He has big, strong hands, and I have a chest on the smaller side, 32B. So when he grabs them, it hurts. It hurts a lot. Whoa. Then she says we're into those 4 letters that starts with B and ends with M. And I can tolerate a lot of pain when we're being, risque. But I hate it when he treats my chest so indelicately throughout the day. I've told him, obviously, numerous times. He is generally very supportive and a great listener, but it's this one thing that he doesn't seem to understand. I've tried comparing it to squeezing his testes too hard, and that there's a difference between fondling for pleasure and hurting. I'm not sure how to get this across, especially since we do engage in a lot of activity that includes intense pain on me, and I love doing it, but it's hard to differentiate them. Okay, I'm not even into that shit, and even I know that people have like code words, right? They have a safe word. Where's your safe word? Why aren't you using it when he starts doing that? And this is the main thing what you need to do. It's the main thing you need to do. When he does that the next time, okay, say you're facing this way, right? And his hands come around. You got your hands, reach down between his legs, grab and squeeze as hard as you can. Since we like inflicting pain so much, let's see how you like it. And don't stop. And then every single time that he does that, if you've already told him to stop, then you do it again. And you keep doing it until he says, babe, that really hurts. And you say, yeah, just like I was telling you. Yeah, it's supposed to be consent. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking, Shaky. That he's something. That's why, I'm like, where's the safe word thing supposed to be happening in such a thing like this? This becomes a little more complicated because this is something that she says she enjoys in a certain setting. You see what I mean? So I can't give my standard kind of answer like, this is a nut, get rid of him because he just hurting you for no reason. You see what I mean? It adds a little extra twist to it. So she's tying it to that. And so, but in his mind, this is like not just during that time, it's any time. And so that's where the problem is coming in. He's not respecting boundaries. And see, my thing is, if you got a man and he doesn't, thanks, Alexis. He doesn't respect boundaries, then you get rid of him because if he's not respecting your boundaries, that means he's not respecting you. I'm not so sure that this letter writer would be able to make that. This is kind of mixed up in her head. You can tell by the letter that she wrote. It's not really. Everything's blended for her. And so this is challenging, but I would try that approach first. Okay, see what happens. If he gets upset about it and starts talking all kind of smack, be like, well, look, that's what I told you not to do that to me, and you kept doing it anyway. So now I'm gonna be doing it back because you just don't seem to fucking get it. There's a time and a place for that kind of stuff, and while I'm walking around the house is not the time. Okay. I would wear him out. I would grab hold and drop. He's like here, right? And I'm back this. And I would just lean forward and fall to the floor. Have him screaming and with ice packs all on his stuff for 2 or 3 days trying to get that swelling down. I was like, yeah, how you likes me now. Keith, you know what, Keith, I hope you have stock in the grit company. That's like me with hefty bags. Keith with the grits and me with hefty bags. We needed to make sure we get some stock. Oh my God, this is just terrible. I know I would have clocked him upside the head or stabbed him or something by now. You got the patience of a saint. Question number 6, female 26 to 30 from Richmond, Virginia. Oh wait, this is the one I already read. I had to change my paper. Question number 7, female 37 to 45 from the UK. Dear Deb, Candace, and the squad, I'm looking for some advice in regards to my dusty siblings. I don't know why that's so funny. She called her sisters dusty. I'm 41 and I have 2 older half brothers that are 51 and 58. Okay, y'all ain't spring chickens. What the hell? We have the same mother. My father died when I was 13 and their father's still alive, but is a useless bum. Okay, so y'all had the same mother. All right, got it. About 5 years ago, our mom became unable to live alone, and so my husband and I agreed that she could live with us. This is mostly fine. She's very independent and requires zero physical care. However, my brothers are a problem. They call her whenever something is wrong in their lives and just emotionally unload on her, usually leaving her feeling worried and upset. My eldest brother will frequently snap at her if she gives him advice he doesn't want to hear, while my other brother is just an emotional vampire and is draining to deal with. She usually cries after their conversations, and I have to try and calm her down. I've told them not to bother her and reminded them that she's 81 and should be able to live out the rest of her years in peace without their drama. But they just ignore me. I've asked Mom to hang up on them when they start, but she feels like she should be there for them as she has guilt issues about their childhood with their rubbish father. Is there anything I can do about this situation? Or because Mom isn't willing to cut them off, do I just have to accept it? Many thanks for your advice. Okay. In every country in this world, well, I don't know about that. Okay, in Europe, Canada, and the United States, and in Asia, okay, I know these countries for a fact. There are organizations that they operate adult protective services type services. You need to make a call and file a report for harassment of an elder on both of your brothers. They will do an investigation. You can tell them how it's upsetting your mother, how she's 81 and they're going to cause her to have an early death because of the way that they keep harassing her with about stuff that she can't even do anything about anyway. She shouldn't be hearing it. I mean, like, what phone is she answering that they're reaching her on? If she has a cell phone and stuff, you just turn it off so she can only make calls. She can't get none. Give her a different number, give her a different phone where their numbers are blocked or something. I mean, there's ways around this. I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know, because I don't know what her situation is. But if this was my 81-year-old mother, I would have been called APS on them and had them served with cease and desist orders. And then if they kept harassing her again, then they would be in jail. Because one thing, these people, they don't play about how these young people harass seniors. And especially, you need to figure out, are they asking for money? Are they taking her money? Using her credit? What are they doing? If they're doing anything that's using her resources, oh boy, that's a charge. So you look into that. I don't know, what it's called in the UK, but whatever it is, look up for, adult protective services, and they should have, even if it's not called that in the UK, which I don't think it is, but the focus is exactly the same. I'm trying to remember because I had to look it up one time. But you look it up, and then you have a conversation with them about what's going on. Tell them how you're living in her house, but you need some tips on how to help protect her and what you can do to make them leave her alone. Okay, because it's stressing her out. Well, I don't know how she can do it though. But look over here, look in the chat, because they have some suggestions too. And actually, a lot of people that come here do have, they live in the UK. So I don't know. I haven't been really looking, but someone might know, another resource for you. But yeah, they're just too dusty for words to be that old and be harassing that lady like that. You need to call up Guido on them and have them go and give them a beat down. I like old-fashioned corrective behavior. Question number 8, female 30 to 36 from London. I've got a best friend who I've known all my life, but we've been best friends for 15 years now. In her work life, she has had issues with various people bullying, people accusing her of having an affair with men and women involved. And to be quite honest, I'm not sure if she's riled people up sometimes, but I've always had her back. Her current workplace is very toxic, and she's worked there a long time but been unhappy, wanted to try to leave but failed on the interviews. She had a stroke a few years ago, but it seems whenever I meet her, the conversation always swings around to her work issues. She sometimes, but not often, asks not to talk about work, but regardless, the conversation from her side always seems to swing around to talking about work. She almost completely ignores all advice to improve her situation. And she says how she's the opposite. With her, it seems like Groundhog Day, though. Her work issues are played out over and over again, and they take over her life. It's exhausting for me to listen to, and due to her health condition, I get so worried. So the next time I see her, should I have a word with her and say, hey, I'd prefer to stop talking about work issues when we meet up? She does have another close friend she can vent to regarding work. Apart from me, she would never go to therapy or counseling for help, as she's a person who always thinks she's right and very admits that she might be wrong. Oh, that's it. Okay, yeah, you have every right to set that boundary. And, even though she might not want to go to therapy, at this point you're going to have to, okay, let me tell you how this would go if this was me. Like, I don't want to hear. I don't I'll try to help, my friends and stuff. But if you get to the point where you haven't really done, pushed to get this situation changed, like go to HR and do that stuff and get up out of there and all stuff. And you say she goes to interviews and she tries, but she fails. This miserable feeling she has about herself, that she's like a victim, I'm sure it comes across in any interviews that she goes to. So what you have to do is tell her, look, I love you. We've been friends all this time, but you wearing me out. I can't do this anymore. So you are not going to talk to me about your work. Every time that you start talking to me about your work, I'm going to hang up. And if we're together and you start talking about your work, I'm going to get up and walk off. If you're in my car and you start talking about work, I'm going to pull over and put you out. See, you got to talk to her like that so she understands how serious you are about not talking to her about her job. So then as those doors start closing, she'll realize the only way that she's going to have to do something about it is to go and get some psychological help. It's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm not trying to hear all that. I don't care about your job. You've been having the same bitch ass complaints for the last 15 years. I'm done. I don't want to hear that shit no more. You ain't doing nothing about it. You just, when you got bullies at work and stuff, you're supposed to be cussing them bitches out. You don't sit there and let them treat you like that. I'll be getting in folks' face. I just don't care. I don't know. When I was younger, I didn't really care. I think I was a little bit more nervous about it. Now I don't give a fuck. You say do some dumbass shit to me, I'm going to tell you all about yourself. And we'll do it in written form, too, so you can run to management and show them. Oh, look what she said to me. And then they're going to be calling you in. I can't believe you wrote that. I don't know why you can't believe it. You know how I am. I'm not taking that disrespect. I'm not that person. Okay, I'm not going to turn the other cheek and all that kind of stuff. Instead of calling me in here to talk to this fool, you need to get them in check and make them stop harassing me. Because, see, the kind of stuff that they're doing this is considered workplace harassment and workplace bullying. And it's an offense where I could take you all to court. Is that what you want? So I suggest you use my letter as a warning for her, write her up and get her stuff straight. I don't expect to have this conversation again. See, that's how I am now. I don't care. I put bosses in checks, senior managers to try to tell me something. This dude where I was working at a gym, and he gonna call me in there with the manager, the VP and the club, the club manager, gonna call me in there and start trying to tell me something. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, this and that. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not doing it. And you can't fire me over that either. Because if you're not trying to make everybody else do it, you're not going to make me do it. Plus, I was the only black one, too. Shit. I will have all kind of EEOC and NACP and Johnny Cochran up from his grave and everybody else up in here. So they saw that I wasn't going to back down. I was not the least bit intimidated by two stupid white men. And so they left me alone after that. I'm like, fuck you. That's pretty much what I said. I just didn't say the word. I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. You know how I say it? Yeah, I'm not doing that. We're not going to do that. Well, this and that, and we want it. I'm like, people in hell want ice water too. They don't get that, and you ain't getting what you want from me. Not going to happen. Yeah, I'm not the one. I'm just not. So this kind of stuff here, I would not have the patience to listen to this. After you give us, you said she don't even listen to your suggestions. See, that's to me is a sign that she want to be miserable, and that's what I would tell her. You want to be miserable, in which case you're fully entitled to because you're an adult. But that doesn't mean I have to be miserable with you, and we're not gonna talk about this anymore. And if that's the only thing you have to talk about, then I guess we don't need to be friends anymore. The end. Yeah, girl, get Johnny up in there. They were just looking at me. That's when I worked at that gym, and well, I'm not gonna say where it was. But yeah, out of all the staff, I was the only black one. The only one for years. Wasn't they didn't have opportunity to hire other black folks. They just didn't want to. They was probably scared because they thought, oh no, what if we get a second one like her? We'll be doomed. But all my white clients loved me. It was just such a trip. The managers had a problem with me though, because I was like, no, nada. Okay, question number 9. Female 226 out of Oakland. Oaktown girl. Hello, Miss Deborrah Cooper, she says. Oh, I need some advice about how to find a good quality man in my area. It's hard to find a good guy in Oakland. Girl, don't I know it. So many of them are broke trash. I don't need to be him to be a 6-figure guy or a millionaire or anything, but where can I find one that at least makes a decent income with a head on his shoulders? I have a decent income, good credit, my own place, my own car, my own hobbies. But whenever I come across a guy, they are so broke or they are trash. I live in Oakland. What is an Oakland girl to do? Where are there good guys out here? Are there any? Well, it's really sad because you're in that age group where all the men are trash. I'm sorry. There's just something wrong with them. But I always had the best luck. Yeah, Oakland is just, ooh. You don't look in Oakland. That's the number one thing. Don't even waste your time. Get yourself in your car. You know where I used to go? I used to go down to San Jose. Because, for a while there, man, San Jose had, the only thing that was happening in Oakland was, Jeffrey's Inner Circle. And then if you wanted to slum a little bit, then you would go to the End Zone or to Ivy's or to Sweet Jimmy's. Or there was a place on San Pablo too. I forgot the name of it. But other than that, I mean, not to San Pablo, downtown San Pablo, but out further, by College Avenue, down to that part. And so I was just like, there's no place. I've been seeing all these niggas already. Let me get on the highway, put Honda in motion, shoot down to San Jose. Now the only problem is you can't drink. If you're gonna drink, then get you a hotel. So you don't want to be trying to drive back on 880 or 680 or anything, with some booze in you. That's just a recipe for disaster. So, say you go down there with 3 or 4 girlfriends, y'all get you a room with me, get the little, double, triple, queen, 2 king beds in there with 2 queens or whatever. Y'all can sleep in the bed together one night. It's not going to kill you. But that's what I used to do. And so, you meet all these like tech dudes and software engineers and stuff, and people of, blame was black men too, but men of all different races. Because, I don't know, I just like going to different kind of clubs. I would go to the white clubs, and I'd go down to Santana Row at happy hour and, hobnob with all the little white boys. And then I would go down to the clubs, and then, I was just all over. I was just all over. That's what I did. And so, I met a lot of, really decent dudes that way. So hopefully you have a car and you can make that happen, because, stuff's opening back up now. I don't know if they're having really any parties or anything like that, but you can always go down to Santana Row on Thursday and, Thursday and Friday nights and Saturdays. Like Thursday and Friday is the best for like the best happy hours, and, if people are out after work. And then Saturday, I don't know who's there on Saturday. I never went there on a Saturday, but I was there on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday night, sometimes all 3. That's the only thing I can just suggest. Stay the hell out of the places in Oakland, because you're just wasting your time. Question number 10. This is a male in the 21 to 25 age group. No location provided. I've been really struggling with this situation and making sure I'm making the right choice here. We've been seeing each other for 2 months. She's really into it, while I've been slowly working my way into it. We connect well for the most part, have similar interests, etc. Several weeks ago, she asked me to be exclusive, and I wasn't really ready to give her the answer. Oh, she asked you. So 2 months and several weeks ago, so that's like maybe 4 to 5 weeks into it. Last week she asked if she could come over and sleep at my house. I said no, because I just wanted to have the bed to myself. That's how I am, honey. I've realized that I am not falling for her. I feel like I should be, since she's great and she's done a lot of things right. I know I will never look at her the way she looks at me. At least that's how I feel today. I feel incredibly guilty about this. I feel like I need to break up with her because I don't believe she's the one. Am I being too hard on myself, or should I be trying to override this feeling? She has a ton of great qualities, and I feel like I may be sabotaging this. Dude, if you got to talk... Oh, wait, there's more? I feel like as her friend, I at least deserve... Wait, what? Is this right? Or did I drop something? Yeah, I did. This is the wrong... I got the page mixed up. Hold on, y'all. 9. Where's page 10? Oh, no. I lost the page. Crap. Wonder what happened to it. It's probably on my printer in the other room. Okay, so anyway, he feels like he may be sabotaging this. I'm going to say this, sir. You don't talk yourself into a relationship. You don't do that. I mean, she's probably a really nice girl, but she's just not the girl for you, because you just not feeling her, and it's fine. It's okay. You don't have to look at her and, feel everything that she feels. So, but you do need to be honest, and you do need to stop like stringing her along, or trying to think that you're trying to set her up to use her for any kind of sexual activity or anything like that. So what you need to do is tell her, the reason why I didn't want you to come over and spend the night is because I think it's time for us to, Amanda, I think it's time for us to stop seeing each other. I'm getting a feeling that you're far more invested in this emotionally than I am. I don't want to lie to you, string you along, or pretend that there's something happening here that there is not. And so let's just, stop seeing each other, give her a hug, or if you do this over the phone, that's probably better. Be prepared for her to start crying and saying, but why, what did I do, this and that? And so you're going to have to, tell her, well, nothing, you didn't really do anything wrong. It's just that, I'm looking for a certain kind of connection, a certain kind of meaning to the interaction I have with a woman, and it's just not there. It's nothing that you're doing wrong. It's probably something wrong with me. You can always cop that plea. And but whatever is the case, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to pretend. I don't want to, play you like that. I respect you and admire you. You're a wonderful girl, but not necessarily the best choice for me. And then you deuce out, right? That's all you have to do. Okay, so now I don't know what I did with page 10. Is there all the other pages here? Shit, now I'm worried that something else is missing. This is terrible. How could my page be gone? Anyway, I'm going to put on the intermission thing, you guys. And I'm going to go, have to go downstairs because that's what I was working on my printer downstairs. It was on that computer. And, that's where I printed it out. And so I'm going to, it's probably still on the screen on there because she sends it to me. I have to print it. And then I put the cover, print it out, and then I just bring it up. But I don't understand what could have happened. Let me find, where's my intermission thing at? Shit, I can't even find that now. Oh, here it is. Okay, in the time this plays, I'll go downstairs, print it, and then I'll be back. Okay. Oh. I'm back. I got it. That was my different that wasn't the one with the music. I gotta get that out of my other software because you guys like that one with that European soundtrack. All right. Okay. So what he concluded with was, I want her to be happy, but most importantly, I want to be happy with the right girl. We're supposed to grab a drink tonight. Yeah. So hopefully he will follow my advice. Question number 11. This is a female in a 21 to 26 age group from San Antonio. Thank you, Candace, for choosing my letter. Hi, Auntie Deb. I have an issue. I have this friend whom I love dearly. I'm 25. She's 28. We've known each other for about 2 years. She's probably one of the sweetest persons I know and is the most supportive of my life. But her life is very chaotic, so much so that where it feels like a movie. For example, she has the most unlucky shit happen to her. One night she called me at 3 a.m. and I woke up to messages about how she was mugged. The following morning I blew her phone up and was freaking out and drove to her place only to find her hungover in her bed. Another time, she calls and tells me that her car got stolen. Posted all over social media about it, and it made a GoFundMe. After freaking out, she found out that it was just repoed. Well, Tuesday night, she messaged me that her 12-year-old son is missing, so I panic and do what I can. I called to check up on her, but no answer, which I understand she was out looking for her son. Anyway, she made multiple posts on Twitter about her missing son, which each post got over 20,000 shares. After he was found the next morning, she just posted, "We found him," and kept up the post, which made me side-eye her. I tried contacting her, but she ignored me and said, "Please do not call me. I was out all night." And then she posts on Twitter, "Don't ask me any questions." She still didn't delete the missing child post. But then again, I'm like, come on. She had me and others in a frenzy. I feel like as a friend, I at least deserve a story about the back end. I was really stressing out about her kid. Like I felt that certain pain in my heart, Deb. You know that feeling? I was genuinely worried for this boy. Today I messaged her, hey, is your son okay? What happened? And she just responds, yes. And that was it. Now I'm wondering, was he really missing, or was he just being a 12-year-old at a friend's house? I think my biggest concern is that maybe I feel like she's doing these things for attention or being overly dramatic. I'm always running to her rescue in these situations because I value our friendship. And she's there for me in times of need too, but it's beginning to be stressful in my life. This whole situation shook me up because I have a son too, so it went straight to my heart. And that's a prime example. Her chaotic events are taking a toll on me. Deb, what do I do? Do I just tell her not to come to me with her problems anymore? Do I just distance myself and slowly end our friendship? I don't know what to do. Please help. Yes, that's what I would do. She's what we call a drama queen. Okay. Attention-seeking drama queen. Okay, first of all, this is what you start doing. She calls you with these emergencies and all this kind of stuff. You be like, well, what the hell do you expect me to do about it? I'm asleep. You flip her shit back on her. I've stayed up all night. I'm tired. I'll call you tomorrow, no matter what it is. Because then, like, it's great. I mean, it's like great that you cared that her son was missing. But seriously, what the fuck are you supposed to do about it? Did she call the police? That's who she should have been calling, not you. That's what I would have told her. Well, to call the cops. Don't call me. I'm not going to do shit about it. Hope you find him. Bye. Or, you know, this thing, because she's that kind of person. Yeah, see, Cindy says she's acting. That's what I was going to say. She sounds like that kind of person who cries wolf. And someday she's going to have a real situation where she really is going to need some assistance, and everybody's going to be so turned off by all her little machinations and antics that they're just going to just leave her hanging. But she will deserve that because of the way that she's conducting herself. So I don't think that's going to be hard for you because you seem to be one of those very caring, supportive types of friends. But I'm telling you, that's what you need to do. You need to get cold. She calls you, your car's missing, your car's stolen. Okay, well, what you want me to do? Call an Uber. I'm in the bed or I'm busy. Well, I don't know. I forgot what else you said happened to her. But whatever it is, redirect her energy, redirect her to some authoritative individual or organization that has some ability to resolve the issue, because that ain't you, honey. Running around starting GoFundMes and stuff. What the fuck? You don't do all of that. You act like she's your child or something. This bitch is crazy. You need to leave her alone. So that's what I would suggest. You need to start distancing yourself, and then on the rare time she does contact you, you deflect and redirect. Okay? That's your homework. 2 things. Question number 12, female, 225 from North York, Canada. How concerned should a woman be if a man she rejected keeps glaring at her? Man, I'm telling you, I would have so much fun with that crazy chick. Okay, but back to this. He keeps glaring at you because you rejected him. Okay. Deb, she says, a whole bunch of exclamation marks. A couple of months back, I went to a local pharmacy near my house to get myself vaccinated. While I was there, the pharmacist that vaccinated me kept hitting on me and kept trying to give me his number. He was at least 50, twice my age, graying hair, and everything. I turned him down, and he seemed to be chill about it at first, but now whenever I cross paths with him, he glares at me. There's a store on the opposite side from the pharmacy that I go to rarely. In a few weeks, I'm going to have to start taking antidepressants, and I need a place to pick up my prescription. Not sure if I should use that pharmacy. There are other pharmacists there, but you get different ones at random. Or go to another pharmacy a bit further away. What do you think? I think you being hella stupid. First of all, don't they have mail prescriptions where they mail them to your house in Canada? They do that all over the world because of COVID. So you don't have to go in the pharmacy. They mail it to your house. Okay? Other than that, when you in the 21 to 25 age group, you a grown-ass woman. So you have to figure out how to find the cojones that you need. Get your ovaries in check here. And so some old fucker who's twice your age is trying to hit on you. Why did you not speak up then and say, sir, I'm not here to get my swerve on with you. You old enough to be my grandfather. I'm not trying to talk to you like that. Just give me my injection so I can leave. See, had you said something like that, you would have shut him down and made him shut up. He wouldn't dare glare at you because he knows he's old. It's like your old eyes can barely see me. You need bifocals to see me, motherfucker. Old ass jerk. Grandpa. These old ass men, oh my God, they just need to quit. Always trying to come up on some young girl. Amanda say redirect it to your voice, but girl, okay? That's what I'm saying. But this is just disgusting. He's too. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. You have to start. You're young. You just get into the thick of it, girls. This shit here, like what you experienced, is going to be happening for the next 20 years. You trying to run away from it every time, you're going to be running around the world like Forrest Gump. Okay? You can't run away from men. Stand up for yourself and check them. Okay? He was out of pocket. First of all, you could have, depending on if does he own a pharmacy or is it a part of a chain? If it's part of a chain, then you call the management and you report him. I did that to a pharmacist. This motherfucker, I was so sick. I was sick. And it was crowded, right? I think I had bronchitis or walking pneumonia or something. But anyway, I had to get the prescription right then. I could barely stand up. I had a fever and I was just so sick. I go to this pharmacy and it just happened to be this one in the hood because I just got off the freeway and it was the closest one I saw. Not the one I usually go to, and it was in the hood, so they don't have respect because they used to dealing with really broke people. And I already knew, you just know they used to people who are used to waiting, like waiting for food stamps, waiting for welfare checks, waiting. I have a job, and I'm not used to waiting, okay? So I'm sitting up there turning my prescription, fine. Okay, and it's a lot of people, so it's going to be a little bit of a wait, okay? That's not the problem. The problem was I looked behind him. Yeah, it was a drugstore in the hood, but it was a chain drugstore, but it was in the hood. I looked behind and the counter thing. This motherfucker, he's supposed to be in a little glass booth where all the drugs are, right? Filling prescriptions. He was down in where the little clerk people are, with the bags and stuff, trying to fill out orders at the window. He down there talking to this girl, like flirting his ass off. And I'm watching, I come think, okay, he gonna stop, right? 5 minutes later, he's still there. I go up to the counter. I said, you, what the fuck? Get your ass back up in there and start working. Fill these people's prescriptions. It's like 20 people sitting there waiting, and you trying to get your swerve on and talk to that little raggedy, skinny ass girl. That girl's not interested in you. Because this was like a heavy set, older Asian dude, and this little skinny looks like a high school student, but probably was college age maybe. Little white girl. Probably about 18, 19 years old, just working as a little clerk at the store. And he up there all up in this girl's face. You should have seen his hand shaking, and he got, ran back up there. As soon as I got home, I called up it was Walgreens. I'll just go ahead and say it. The Walgreens corporate office, and I filed a complaint on his ass. And I said what he did, what his name was, what store was, and I had, how many people were waiting and what he was doing, sexually harassing that girl that works there. Yeah. That's how Deb do shit. I'm not going to search that. He filled my prescription first because he wanted me, even though I wasn't first, he gave me mine first so I could get the fuck out of there. But that's all right because I just went home and filed a complaint on his ass. This motherfucker, you done fucked with the wrong person. Get your dick hard and do what you trying to do on your own time. Don't do it on mine. Get out of here. I was hot. Yeah. No. Okay, Heavy said he was fat. Okay, the fat, overweight, blubbery motherfucker. That's what he was. And eating too many penny pork buns or something. Anyway, question number 13. Female, 30 to 36 from Los Angeles. Deb, this has gone too far. Please help me. I'm 30 years old and I've been in an emotionally/verbally abusive interracial relationship. I'm black, he's white, for the past 10 years. Yeah. They didn't call them Karens at that time. That term hadn't been invented yet. This was years ago. When I was still young and wild. I told y'all I just be popping off at the mouth when I was younger. I still don't have too much of a filter, but I probably would just handle it. Would have whipped out my cell phone and called the corporate office right in his face. That's what I would do at this point and send him a picture of it. while I'm on the conversation, oh yeah, here, let me just send you this photo. This is what's going on right here. When you look at all these people, fan with my phone and show it, so they would have evidence. That's the kind of bitch I am now. But at that point, I was so sick. I'll tell you, I probably wouldn't even thought of that because I was so sick. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, so she's 10 years with this man, married for 7. We have 2 boys, 5 and 6. Don't get me wrong, he has some good qualities, but also some very bad ones, as do I. I call him all kinds of names when he tries to control me, gaslight me, throw me under the bus, and validate my feelings and opinions. Wow. I've also become physical with him when I caught him buying white powder. Oh, white Coca-Cola. And talking inappropriately to women online. A few months ago, I mistakenly became pregnant. We live hours away from my family and friends, so I stupidly told him about it for emotional support when I became nauseous. I asked him to take me to a clinic for an abortion, and he said, no, I'm not taking you, and I won't support that. If you abort my baby behind my back, I'm filing for divorce and taking the kids. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom with no income or degree. Fortunately, I have a life insurance license to fall back on and phlebotomy externship I can finish up. I've been watching your channel for about a week now and finally got the courage to start planning an exit strategy for real this time. Good for you, because nobody should be putting up with this. I recently applied for a position at the state hospital as my husband and I got into yet another nasty argument. It started with him insulting me for never wanting to go anywhere or do anything. I calmly expressed to him why I'm not interested in socializing as a couple. Our relationship is embarrassing. We're often short on funds, and his friends are either single and immature, ignorant and uncultured, prejudiced with questionable political views, or just flat out losers. After that, the conversation detailed to colon. Him, you can't screw. I've had plenty of opportunities to sleep with other women and cheat on you. You don't know how to ride my at all. Wow. He said that to you and he's still alive? You're such a kind-hearted individual. I would have busted him upside the head with something. Well, we're going to get to that, Amanda. Me attempting to channel my inner Deb. Oh, that's cute. Are you kidding me? It's disgusting to have eggplant with you. Your stroke is trash. And I'm... Yep, your inner Deb was there. I'm sick and tired of your little ass package. I only ride big packages, so get over yourself. He was so pissed. He proceeded to drag me to hell and back until I broke down crying. Oh no, you're supposed to make him break down crying. We have to work on your channeling better. I'm 18 weeks along, but it's not too late to abort. It's not? Girl, what you doing? And now I'm not sure if abortion will be the right way to go. My son keeps asking me every day, Mommy, how big is the baby now? Should I go through with the abortion or live with my decision and move forward with the divorce and pregnancy? No, you should have got rid of it without ever telling him. All you had to do, don't you have any friends? A neighbor, somebody who could take you to the doctor. And you could have got that shit handled and told him about it after the fact. Where are you? Oh, yeah, you in California. Girl, they have Medi-Cal for emergency stuff like that. You get emergency birth control, emergency abortions, and the state will pay for it, the county, whatever, something, because they know that it's cheaper doing that than getting you on a welfare roll. Okay, so they help out with women who are unemployed and don't have any money. So you could have got this without his consent, or you should have wrote me months ago. Okay. Now, I'm not sure about it. I don't know how you're going to do something at 18 weeks. That seems a lot further too along to me. But, yeah, exactly. Like Diana said, do it and say you had a miscarriage. And that's all you got to do is tell the kids that and practice crying, because you want to seem like you're a little sad about it. Oh, Mommy's so sad. But, the baby had to go to see God and Jesus or something, and blah, blah, blah. Make up some kiddie shit. They'll be sad for them. You can have a little memorial or some shit, and they can send the baby a drawing or whatnot and think about it and then just be done with it. One thing you don't want to do is have another baby with a clown like this. And that would be like the biggest bonehead move you could ever make. Your boys are 5 and 6, which means they like school age. You gonna start all over and be stuck with this motherfucker's baby? Or starting all over again. So you can put them in school. You can go back to finish your schooling. You can, get other training. Go back to school. You can do stuff with them being the age that they are. You have an infant, you stuck. You'll be shooting yourself in the foot. So I don't care what you do, you get rid of it. Get rid of it. Like tomorrow, get rid of it. And then you start making your exit strategy plan. But yeah, you just, I don't know, I fell and then I was bleeding. And when I went to the hospital, they said that I lost the baby. Wah, 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 wah. I wouldn't give a fuck about him. He sounds like he is trash. Question number 14, female 225 from California. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Some of these California people, these men are just trash, period. Hello, Deb. I have a miserable dilemma. My friend has a boyfriend that she's known since January and has been exclusive with since June. She recently just introduced us about 4 months ago, and I've been avoiding him ever since, despite her always talking about him and inviting me over where he also stays. The problem is, they already living with each other and she just started dating him? The problem is when I first got to meet him, there was too much energy between us. When we first saw each other, he shook my hand and looked me dead in the eyes for like 10 seconds like a deer caught in the headlights. I caught him staring at me several times like I was an angel or something. We finished each other's sentences. We even found a common interest. We met a couple of other times, even though I was reluctant because I feel choked up and hot around him. I know what you're talking about. And it's awkward when he's around because I can feel his energy towards me. It's almost like a psychic connection. I even had a moist dream, and I felt so filled with guilt afterwards. So I've been avoiding him. When my friend talks about him, I change the subject. When she invites me over, I make sure to tell her I just want it to be just us girls. Then my friend told me she saw a text message on his phone to one of his friends saying, quote, "This girl just has a hold on me. What am I going to do? I don't want to cheat." Also, how it's stressful pining for someone and resisting them at the same time. My friend thinks he may be talking about one of his coworkers, and he very well could be. I don't know. All I know is there is a magnetic chemistry that is very strong between us, and I'm pretty sure he's talking about me. I see nothing but danger with this situation. Ooh. Do you think I should distance myself from my friend as well? Or should I just keep ignoring that guy and pretend he doesn't exist? It's pretty hard to do since she always talks about him and likes to invite him with us. I don't want to be around him because it's nothing but trouble. My friend is jealous, confused, and mad as hell about the text that she saw. She hasn't confronted him, but he has asked her my advice. No, but has asked for my advice. I'm sorry. I told her I don't want to get involved in her affairs and to do whatever she wants. But she keeps texting me about it, though. Oh, my God, what do I do, Deb? You do what you're doing now. Avoid her. And sometimes, even when she invites you, if it is just going to be you two girls, don't go. If she calls you and stuff, have something that you have to get off the phone for a reason as soon as she starts talking about dude, I know exactly that feeling. Remember, you guys, I told you about the story that I had about the guy that I met in Hawaii when I was with my friends. It was that exact same thing. I don't know, he could have had a girlfriend wherever he was from. I didn't ask. To this day, I never even thought to ask that. I didn't care because I was in Hawaii for 7 days and I had fun with that man. Lifetime of memories in 1 week. But it was that same kind of thing. Like I felt his energy from across all them people in this shopping street thing, tourist area, just like a throng of people. And I just felt that heat. I just knew somebody was staring at me. And when I turned, I looked dead in his face and he was staring at me from way over there. And just, that same thing, locked eyes and like a deer in headlights because it was like hit you like a bolt of lightning. It was just unbelievable. Then he came over and that was that. He's like, "Hi." And he introduced himself. I said, "Hi." I asked him, "My name is," he said, "Do you want to come with me?" I said, "Yeah." And that was it. And we walked off. And I didn't see my friends until the day we left. It was just crazy. So I know exactly what you mean because it happened to me. This is very difficult because he's, he met her, but obviously he's not feeling her like he's feeling you. And it's the kind of thing, you guys, I know a lot of people will say, well, that's just lust and this and that. I don't think so. Sometimes, you connect with people on a spiritual level that you don't even recognize, but it's like you recognize something about you, your, people like to say soul. I'm not sure really what to call it, but let's just use that for a good term. Your soul recognizes a soul that it's had a connection with in a prior life. It might have been that person was appeared in your life as your child. It could have been a sibling. It could have been a parent. It could have been, your mate. You don't know that part. All your soul knows is that this is someone that that I'm already close to and familiar with and that I loved. And so the connection, even though it may play out lustfully between, you, if you, are man or woman or, gay, or, whatever, if you're in that frame. But it can also be like you've heard people who say, well, I just met this woman and, and we've like sisters from this instant we met, or, and they, they die and they're still friends, that kind of stuff. And so, a guy was like, he's like my brother. I'm closer to him than my brother. We met in the service, this and that. It's the same kind of connection. That's what I'm talking about. So it doesn't always have to be lust. And that's just a very narrow view of it. That's not at all what I'm talking about. There's a lot to this, and it goes a lot deeper than I think we really understand. But in this case, you both recognize that this is hard. The only thing you can do is to stay as far away from him as possible until he can't take it no more and he breaks up with her. Now, then you got another thing to think about. He's going to come looking for you. What you going to do? What you gonna do? You need to think about that. Like, how close are you with this woman? Would you want to deal with dude? You just say my friend. You don't say how long you've known this woman or how close you guys are. You just say my friend. So you need to give that some thought, because that's gonna happen. He's gonna leave her and then he's gonna come looking for you. Because stuff like that is too rare in a lifetime to pass up. There's no way he can't pursue this. It's just, this is the kind of stuff, if you don't follow up on it, the rest of your fucking life, you will be kicking yourself because you didn't. You will be old in the rocking chair in the nursing home, crying because of what you feel like you missed out on that could have made your life, much better than what it was. Everybody else that you get with, you're going to feel like you settled because they weren't that person. So just prepare yourself, because that's what's coming. He's already talking about it. You see what I mean? He recognizes what he's feeling, just like you. But he's already reaching out to his friends, and that's not even normal. Dudes don't even really share stuff like that. The fact that he's sharing it with his buddy like that, he's feeling you like there's no tomorrow. He's gonna come looking for you. As soon as he gets his nerve up to get rid of this chick, he's coming. So prepare yourself. Question number 15, male, 26 to 30, from Portland, Oregon. How can a man initiate conversation with a woman he doesn't know without it coming across as weird or disrespectful? Is this the divestment channel? No. We did one show on it, but this channel is not about divestment at all. So you got the wrong channel. But too late, you already gave me your money. I'm 26, I'm 100% straight heterosexual white guy, but I wanted to write to you because you are just the best advice person I've come across. Plus, you're hilarious. Oh, well, thank you. Deb, for as long as I can remember, finding the right partner to build a life together with has been my biggest dream. Naturally, I have other goals, but I'm a hopeless romantic, and finding her is what I want more than anything. I have a fair number of friends, and plenty of them are women, but they're only friends, and I'm totally cool with that. They mean the world to me. We aren't just really compatible in that other way. I've met pretty much all my friends through mutual childhood friends, so I never really had to intentionally meet strangers. All that said, I need to expand my social circle and meet new women if I want to date. I'm finally finishing up college and I have a good job. I'm in decent shape and I've got my life in order. I think I'm ready to take a shot at finding someone special. I'm not afraid of rejection or anything, and I'm not worried about looking stupid. My biggest concern is that I might inadvertently make someone uncomfortable by approaching a woman I don't know to try to initiate a conversation. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. I'm just afraid that any way I try to strike up a conversation or interaction, it'll come across as weird or inappropriate no matter how much I try to be respectful. Do you or any of the ladies of the squad have advice for how to start conversations in a way that won't send someone the wrong message? For instance, if a man you didn't know were to approach you and start a conversation, what are the do's and don'ts that would make it a positive interaction for you? Or if there really isn't a way to approach and talk to a stranger with the intention of trying to meet someone special without coming across as a creep, what alternatives would you recommend? Well, everybody's doing online dating. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I mean, some people, it seems to work out. The other thing is, this meeting people, like with all the restrictions lifting, you'll be able to go out to places where there are young women, where they, people like to go and party and listen to music and do all these kind of things like that. Go to those kinds of events where you guys can mix and mingle, and people are there, most of them anyway, with the intent of trying to meet somebody, right? Not to say it's going to turn into some grand love affair or anything, but they want to meet people. So, but just like to walk up to a woman on the street, that's where it gets really weird, because we're already targets on the street. So here you come with some rap and, drag and drama. 99% of women are going to be scared or distrustful, because the guys that approach you on the street tend to be like raggedy. They just trying to get their dick wet, and they come with some raggedy tired game, compliments and stuff, and then they want your number. You don't know shit about this man, nothing. So that's why I say, try to position yourself that you're in at events where that kind of stuff is already expected. The girl is there for that purpose, so she's going to be more receptive to it. You just walking up to somebody because you like her legs and her short skirt on the street, well, that's probably not going to get you what you want. Some women, but likely that's going to be a problem for you, So I'm sure, look in the chat stream. I'm sure they have, I see them typing stuff. And so you can listen, look at what they have to say. And so hopefully they'll have an idea or two that you can follow. But that's the thing that I find the most irritating is, men just like randomly trying to pick you up while you're trying to go to work, go to the doctor, just go to meet your friends for lunch. You parked your car, running late to get, you're trying to go pick up some books at the bookstore or something, your prescription at the drugstore. Then here they come, because their mind is focused on, well, I like her, but her mind is focused on, but I got stuff to do. I don't have time to be looking at you. Is he acting stupid? Well, Faith, Shay is up in it. I'm not going to mess with it. Question number 16, female 18 to 21 from Washington, D.C. Deb, I need help. My mom compares me to herself all the time and flexes about her perfect college life. I'm a freshman in college, and today I had a really good and fun day. I got back to my dorm to call my mom and tell her about my day and how now I feel really sad. First, I texted her some paintings I worked on, and she was unimpressed, calling them childish and basic. Wow. I'm a beginner artist, and this is my only art class, and I took it to have a fun class for my major. Plus, those works took me a long time to make, so I was pretty sad about that. My dad stepped into the call and said he liked them, but my mom was like, of course you like them. They're basic and simple for non-art people. Wow, she took art in college, too, and every time I make her mention art, she'll flex on how good she was at it and how I'm a beginner, etc. I laughed at her remarks to act like I didn't care, but after the conversation, I ended up tearing up and felt down. Anyways, I hate FaceTime because every time I do FaceTime with my family, she always has to complain about my appearance. I have a lot of acne because of stress, and I'm working on solving it, but my mom just has to make it seem criminal. Oh my God, why do you have so much acne? Ew, clean your face. Then after that, she compares me to my little brother who's only 2 years younger, saying, well, his face is clean. Why isn't yours clean? Like I'm in college and have a ton of essays and work to do is causing me bad stress and makes me break out. But my mom does not understand. Lastly, what bothers me most is how she's going to bring everything back to her college experience. She goes on saying that her college was fun and she wore makeup and had the perfect outfit every day and had 10,000 boyfriends, etc. I've never had a boyfriend, and I don't love wearing a lot of fancy clothes to class since they're early, and it's just uncomfortable to walk in heels every day. I enjoy wearing my sneakers to class, but nice looking clothing instead of wearing what she wore, which was like designer and high end stuff. I don't know. I feel like my mom just radiates main character energy, and she always thinks she's the protagonist of the world, which just makes me feel even worse. I love my family, and I know my family loves me too since they sent me to college and get me gifts. But I just hate how my mom always has to compare my life to her perfect life. It makes me feel depressed, and I'm very shy, and she is very extroverted. My whole family is also super extroverted with hundreds of friends, but I was always the shy, lonely one. What do I do? Oh, your mother. Okay. I know you're the shy, quiet type, but you're going to have to like say something to your mother to shut her down, and say it when the whole family's on the phone. It's like, Mom, why are you always trying to set things up so it seems like you're in competition with your own daughter? You know, I'm only whatever age you are, and you're whatever age she is. Okay? So, you know, I'm not where you are yet. So, of course, I haven't done the things that you are, and I'm not as good as you, because you have 30 years practice on me. You got to remind her of her age. She's not going to like that because she sounds very vain. So you got to find a way to pick at her. And so she's talking about, well, when I was in college, well, what year was that? Now you're talking about some shit that happened in the 1960s when you was in college. You know, but I mean, whatever you going to say, but you know, the bottom line is like, you have to start firing back. Your mother needs a reality check. And the main thing, she needs to be called out about this, like she's trying to compete with you. This is the kind of mother, if you do get a boyfriend, and you go, especially if he's like a handsome dude, successful, or anything like that, she's gonna be trying to. Two things gonna happen. Either she's gonna be talking about the stuff, the problems you had. Well, you know, it's nice that she looks great now because, you know, her skin used to be so broken out and she was so overweight. This and that. She's gonna try to break you down, right? And then that's when you gonna have to fire back and say, well, yeah, but my mother used to be thinking that she was the princess of the world, but now she's just an old bitter bitch. And try to be in competition with her daughter for attention, kudos, and a new boyfriend that's half her age. So don't pay her any mind. Stuff like that. It's got to, as I say, break her off something. And then the boyfriend's probably going to be uncomfortable because he's going to be like, okay, I'm in the middle of some shit. But, you know, you could warn him in advance that this is what's going to happen. But that's what it is. She's going to be trying to wear sexy clothes and, you know, talk about her figure that how she used to dress and why don't you dress better? And she's going to try to make you dress better and, you know, this and that and blah, blah, blah. As for your acne, cut out dairy products and sugar. Immediately. Soy and wheat. Cut them out. Your skin will clear right up. And then make sure, like when you touching stuff, right? You don't sit there and touch your face. You know, you don't touch your face. I'm touching mine because I don't know. I feel like something, like I see it's turning red here. Like something bit me or something. All of a sudden it started itching. But, you know, that's something to watch too. Because you in school, right? You touching door handles and locker doors or book bags and you touching all the stuff, right? Your hands have cooties and then you touching your skin. You know, your skin is obviously very sensitive and that dirt is getting trapped in the oil that's in your skin and in your pores, and then you're getting inflammation. So you need to cut out milk because it's one of the most inflammatory foods that there are. And then, you know, a lot of people are allergic to wheat and soy as well. And then I'm thinking that'll help clear your skin right up. Yep. Well, yeah, the water too. But I don't know if she's drinking enough water. But with acne, a lot of times it's a reaction. There's stuff in your body that your body's trying to force out. That's what it is when you get rashes and boils and that kind of stuff. There are toxins in your body. Okay, yeah, bye. Go to Becky's channel. Nobody cares, dude. Thanks for the $5, though. But, you know, you think that women, do you really think that black women over here care where you go? What route you take to get there? Or how fast you go? We don't care. We don't even know you. Ain't nobody here dating you. Don't nobody live next to you. Ain't nobody working with you. Saw you driving down the street, rode on the bus with you. Nothing. You're just like a non-motherfucking factor to the women here, sir. So you go on over to Becky's channel or Meeling's channel or Juanita's channel, whatever you want to do. Nobody cares. You know? Yeah. But, you know, he did at least, you know, show a sister some support. So, you know, I can't be too mad at him. But I just want him to understand, you know, that nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's a secret. All right. So anyway, girlfriend, that's what you're going to have to do with your mama. Okay? Because she just on one. Find the courage to get your words up. Question number 17. Female, 26 to 30 from Dallas, Texas. My boyfriend and I just broke up after a tumultuous 10-month relationship. He doesn't believe exes or even men and women can be friends. My ex and I are good friends after a long-term relationship that faded to a platonic friendship for the last several years. He lives on the East Coast now, and I don't want to get back together with him, so he's no threat. I cut off contact with him a few months ago after I started dating my boyfriend to comply with his boundaries. I was sad and felt guilty to hurt him so abruptly, but it seemed reasonable. My boyfriend and I broke up and got back together many times. After our last nasty breakup that seemed final, he called me bad names, said he didn't want to hear from me again, and said he was going to date other people. I reached out to my ex to reconnect as friends. He told me he recently found out that he has cancer. He sounded very serious, and since he has no support network, I wanted to provide emotional support to listen to him if he wants to talk or chat so he doesn't feel alone. My boyfriend reached out to get back together, so I told him I talked to my ex about his cancer. He said I was a cheater for going to him the instant we broke up, that he had always been on my mind during the relationship. I may have missed our friendship for several months, but I got over it as I fell in love with my boyfriend. We managed to reconcile after he accepted me communicating with my ex with boundaries for no more than 1 year, but he kept changing his mind while I offered less and less communication and compromise. We finally broke up after I got tired of the ultimatums and other issues. Why don't y'all just stay broken up? This is stupid. My boyfriend said I lack empathy for not caring about his feelings, while he talked about his dates and reaching out to an ex-girlfriend to hurt me. He keeps in touch with an ex-wife apparently because of their children, but he's not transparent enough about it, and who knows what they talk about. So am I unreasonable or selfish for wanting to give temporary emotional support to my ex? I would think serious illness is a mitigating circumstance. I think you're too naive and silly. Don't you think that something as serious as cancer, he would at least sent you a text or an email or something, told your parents when they reached out to you to tell you? Don't you think that would happen? Don't you think it's kind of convenient that he found out that you broke up with your boyfriend and you called him and so suddenly now he has cancer, so you feeling all like your name is Nurse Ratchet and you going to be trying to provide him support because all this time that he hasn't talked to you, there's no one else in his life to provide him emotional support until you came along. Like, you don't see that game? You don't understand you getting played. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it because of this boy ex that you got, because that sounds like a stupid situation from the get-go. All this breaking up, making up, and trying to control somebody. He needs to be out of your life. But I don't want you to put too much stock in what this other dude, your ex, is saying either. He's making a play for your sympathy, see, because by doing that, you're focusing on him now. You're going to be calling him. You're going to be checking on him. And he's on the opposite side of the country. So you don't know if anything that he's saying is real. You just know that you feel sorry for him and you just believe him because he said it. Right? He knows you. Y'all dated for a while. So he knows how to play you and get what he wants out of you. As soon as I heard this, I was like, this motherfucker ain't have no damn cancer. He just created something that he knew. So then watch you after you get all, comfortable with him and everything, he's going to have a miraculous recovery and be in remission and to be able to finally travel. And so he can come out and see you or you can go see him. I already know what's happening. Question number 18, female, 26 to 30 from Charlotte, North Carolina. Deb, my new boyfriend keeps trying to change me. Do you think this is a good reason to break things off? Absolutely. Before I even read the rest. I'm 27. I met a guy the same age a couple of months ago. He has all the traits I want in a husband, but he keeps trying to change me. He wants me to become vegan. He wants me to grow out my hair. He wants me to lose weight. He wants me to start using alternative medicine instead of going to a medical doctor. He also wants me to change my intimacy habits. I have a mental and physical disability, so I cannot stop my medications cold turkey. As for my weight, I'm trying to lose it for my own health, but I cannot stop craving meats and cheeses. Would it be wrong for me to break things off with him? He's coming over to take care of me while I'm sick with a fever. I genuinely feel bad for thinking about doing this. Any advice? Yes, absolutely. You have a new boyfriend and he's come in the door trying to change everything there is about you. Don't you? I mean, you see it, but I don't think you really understand. What you doing all this other stuff? What would still be you? When would you be making a decision about your life and what you want and how you want to live? He's coming in like he knows what you need better than you do. So that's how I would phrase it. When I told him, it's like, I'm not feeling this commanding presence that you have where you want to dictate what other people should do. I don't care if you eat celery and all that kind of stuff, but you don't tell me what to eat. I eat what I want to eat. Now, if me eating these things is not good, you can't agree with it, then you need to go and date a vegan. Right? Because that's always something to do. But a lot of these vegans, see, there's different kinds of vegans. Okay, there's vegans that are just like whatever you want to eat. I mean, like I would cook for my cousins and stuff and cook meat and stuff. I didn't give a fuck. But I wasn't gonna eat it. I would just cook my meal, I have my stuff separate, and I would cook, for them and use their whatever they wanted in it. I'm not trying to push what I'm doing on anybody. That defeats the whole purpose. And, but a lot of these vegans are so judgmental and condemning and just want to get in everybody's face and cause fights and just go crazy, telling people what's not vegan and all this kind of stuff. That's white folks. And they just go crazy. And so, I was constantly calling them out, telling them about themselves. Like, you don't run nothing but your mouth. Shut up. People going to eat what they want to eat. No, Percy, no one hates men. They just hate you. There's a difference. You next in here acting up. Come on now, stop it. Just go with the flow, dude. Just chill out. Woosah. All right. Yeah, but anyway, you already got some mental and physical disabilities. So just, tell him that for your health, you can't take the stress of all these changes he's trying to put you through. And so you think it's best that you two stop seeing each other. Question 19, female, 226 from it just says California. Hi, Miss Deborah. I'm a young woman. I had a petty experience with a friend of mine recently. I'm wondering if I even want to be her friend. We were in the car talking about YouTubers and TikTok. It's very popular to make shower routines / self-care content these days. And that was the topic she brought up. Oh, it is? Somehow or another, we were talking about our favorite products we can't live without and about feminine hygiene. And I mentioned that I use Summer's Eve wash and douche once a month. Sorry, TMI. Once I said that, she had a look of disgust on her face. And she said, oh my God, a douche? Do you seriously use that stuff? You're not supposed to. I said, I've been doing it. It hasn't caused me any issues. And she says, well, if your vajayjay smells that bad, you should probably see a doctor. And I said, I didn't smell bad at all. It's just a hygiene practice I learned from elders, and I haven't had any problems, so I'm fine. She then went on a tirade telling me how I'm just doing it for male approval and that women don't have to use anything, just water down there. I said, respectfully, I disagree. Different strokes. She kept on going on about how I must be having back-to-back infections using that. And I told her again, no, I don't have any issues. And she says I'm trying to wash away a smell that's supposed to be there. And I told her I don't have an odor, and I honestly just use it because that's what I've been doing. It works for me. Fast forward, we were chilling at her apartment, and she said that her man told her that he doesn't care how her box smells, and he said as long as he's not screwing me, he didn't care what I do with mine. And I said, what the hell did he say that for? And she told him about our conversation and that I use a douche. Your friend is stupid. She asked him how he felt about women who douches versus others who don't. Oh, I see why he said that. Okay. Ouch. I asked why she did that, and she said because women like me always think we are all that because we have no smell, but men don't care. I never thought that, and she is weird for doing all of this over some bullshit. I left him ignoring all calls and texts from her because she's so petty and childish. This isn't the first time she's done something like this. Last time she told him that I was not experienced in bed and asked him to rate us from 1 to 10 for our looks. I'm fed up at this point. Do you think I should drop her as a friend? Absolutely. Absolutely. This girl is crazy. First of all, before you drop her, though, you need to tell her why. Now, I want you to do this for this one reason right here. You need to say to her, you're sitting up there repeatedly telling your man about some other woman's sex life and pussy. Do you realize how stupid you are? All you doing is making him want to sample it and see what's going on with it for himself. And if he cheats on you and tries to come over here or goes to anybody else, you put that seed in his head with your big ass mouth. So I'm done with you. We're through here, ma'am. And I don't want anything else to do with you or your man. Click. This is unbelievable. She's just, something's wrong with her. But, she is right, though. I mean, it wasn't maybe working for you and stuff like that. But, that practice went out in the 70s. So anybody who was telling you that, I mean, I know they sell those products and all that. There's a video on this channel about the millions that these manufacturers make by making women ashamed of their bodies, by making you feel like there's something wrong with you for having hair and, natural scents and stuff like that. They try to make women feel bad for having those things so they can sell you stuff and make money off of you. Keeping you insecure and unhappy with yourself is a manufacturer's wet dream. Okay? So, I don't know. You could, it makes you feel better and you learned it and you think that's okay, but it's really not. Every time you do that, you wash away the natural bacteria protective bacteria that you have in your body. You might not have suffered any repercussions for it as yet, but it's just a stressful thing on your body to have to kind of, keep recreating the pH that it needs because you done washed it all away. That's a strain that your body would not have to go through. And, soap and water clears everything. There's a black woman, too, that made a bar, a soap called the V-Bar. And I don't remember what her website is, but if you want to use something, use that. It's all made with all natural ingredients. She's not paying me to say this, but that is the one product that I use. And I'm not doing all the stuff you talking about and using all these commercial products and all this scented chemical laden stuff. So that bar, I mean, it's just all natural stuff. You could eat it, but the way it works, it keeps everything, nice and clean. And so with just that soap and water, that's all you need, sweetie. Okay. Yeah, it is propaganda. Exactly. It's designed to get women to feel bad about themselves. A woman who feels bad about herself will think that the solution is in some pill, a bottle, a product, and she's going to spend money. So she thinks this thing is going to save her, right? This will prevent this problem that she doesn't really have from happening. That's why they do it. It's all about money. Question number 20, male, 18 to 21, from Newcastle, England. A month ago, I moved into university accommodation with random flatmates. On the first day, we went out as a flat. This girl in the flat was making it pretty obvious that she liked me. We're all 18 and 19 years old. She was saying stuff about how I'm attractive and how she was constantly hugging me in the club and telling me she loved me. She kept doing this stuff for about 2 or 3 weeks and being incredibly touchy and saying how she thinks I'm really funny and I'm her favorite flatmate. Pretty much whenever I was alone with her. She locked her hand with mine at one point when she sat next to me. I don't want to make a move despite liking her a lot since we are flatmates and I didn't want to fuck it up. The past 1 to 2 weeks, she keeps telling me about some boy and it basically sounds like she screwed some player who now doesn't really want anything to do with her. Just recently, she kept hugging me and jumping on top of me and she positioned herself in a way where we easily could have kissed, but I just went to the side. She also told me I was the only person she trusted to fall asleep in the same room because she knows I wouldn't do anything. I really like this girl and I'm fairly sure she likes me too, but I'm too scared to try to kiss her or do something because I don't want to fuck up the friendship and she's my flatmate, so it would be awkward as hell if I were wrong. Not only would it be awkward as hell if you were wrong, it would be awkward as hell if you were right. It would be awkward as hell as if you were right for the other flatmates, and it would be awkward as hell as if you're right if you guys break up because it doesn't work out. You find out that she's a little trollop. Okay? Why would she be telling you about some other dude that she screwed? You're not connecting the dots here, sir. What do you think she told you that for? That she gave you the information for a reason. And she just all over you. She just a little bit too loose and free for me. And if she loose and free with you and she just met you a couple of weeks ago as a flatmate, then this is like her pattern. Okay, this is somebody who don't put emotion in her. You up there talking about I like her. No, you don't. You don't. You like the attention she's giving you. Rein your shit in. You 19, 18, 19, 20, whatever age you are, that's too old to be acting like this. It's not the kind of young lady you want to get involved with. Yeah, I don't know. I'll put the name of the product here. You're going to have to find it on the internet yourself. It's made by this black woman. That's why I bought it the first time. She sent me a free sample a long time ago when surviving dating. But that's the name of it. Just search it up on the internet. Tell her I sent you. She'll probably like that. Oh, I can't use no peppermint nothing. No. That's not working for me. That would be, see, this one is unscented. There's nothing to burn. Okay. Well, see, I don't know. Yeah, honey, that's a new company and it's commercial again. So, it's got preservatives and stuff in it. I'm not trying to use all of that. That's why I only like this is the only thing I use. Okay. Yeah, young man. So just forget this. Okay. Go and look for your girlfriend somewhere else. And hopefully you'll get one to put her in check and say, look, ho, stay your ass in your room and stay off of my boyfriend. Keep your hands to yourself before you don't have him anymore. And, put her in check. Yeah, she's trash. She's not, the way she's behaving is just like she's like a little trash trollop girl. So you leave her alone, because you would start liking her and thinking that you have a girlfriend, and the next thing you know, you come in the apartment and find her in the bed with somebody else, and she'd be like, oh, well, but he was so cute, though. That's the kind of chick this is. Leave her alone. Question number 21, female, 30 to 36, from Toronto, Canada. Hi, Deb. I'm a 30-year-old woman who recently moved back home with my dad. My cousin, who is 16, lives part-time with us, too. I am worried about him. I'll give you more info, but could you tell me if I'm overreacting and what I should do? My cousin's father passed away last year, and his mother's a crackhead, so he doesn't want to live with her. My uncle's widow is involved in a lengthy custody battle with my cousin's mom, but to be honest, she doesn't seem very maternal and seems not really want to take care of him either, already having one of her ex-boyfriends living in the house with her. My father's open to having him live with us, but my dad isn't a very hands-on parent. Neither was I. No, never was. I had to learn a lot of things on my own and fear that my cousin is headed down the same path. I've caught my cousin lying to us about many, many things like his report card, and he's always giving us attitude and deliberately doesn't eat. He just stays in his room all day playing video games and sometimes even skips class. I'm scared that there are more psychological issues at play here. He does have ADHD and high-functioning autism, but I fear that the circumstances in life made it even harder for him. I'm not a parent myself, and I have other things on my plate, working while going back to school, but I feel like nobody's taking these things seriously and isn't really paying attention to him. So I feel like a lot of the parenting responsibility falls on me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've spoken with my dad about my concerns, but he just brushes them off. Am I overreacting? If you have any advice on what to do, that would be very much appreciated. It's hard watching him go down the same path I did in my teenage years, and I really fear for his future. Thanks. Call social services in the morning. Call social services. Where the hell are you again? Toronto. Okay. Where's Sue? Whatever they have in Toronto, the social services for child protective services, that's what you need to call. You tell them what's going on. The boy sounds depressed. He sounds depressed. I mean, who wouldn't be depressed? You're that young and you don't even have any place to go. Relatives don't really want you. You just living there. And then you never got any help to deal with the grieving, the loss of your father. Okay. And you say it was a tragic sudden death. I mean, the kid's probably reeling from that. He hasn't even had time to grieve because he's too worried about his survival. And then, so you need to get social services involved so that you guys can get this kid some help. He needs some help. He might need tutoring. He might need to go into like a group home, or there's more structure and there's a man there that can, kind of talk to him and keep him in check and stuff. A lot of people have, training in how to deal with teenagers who have been stressed out and suffered some kind of trauma. And so, this kid needs some help. I thank you for writing, and I appreciate the fact that at least out of all those adults around there, you're the youngest one, but you're the only one that's really tuning into what's going on with them. Please, please call social services and get him into contact with he needs a social worker. He needs somebody who's going to give a fuck about him. They might pull him out of that house. Don't be surprised. And then put him, like I said, in a group home or in a foster home where, the people are there that have skills and training and understand what a child like him would need. You've got to get him some help, okay? Please do that tomorrow. Okay, question number 22. Male, 21 to 26, from Tucson, Arizona. I've been hooking up with this girl. I'm 23. She's 21 for about a month now. And our physical chemistry is great. But there's one thing that bugs me. She moans a lot and sometimes almost yelling. I broached the subject a little, asking if she watched those popcorn movies, to which she said yes, and often. I'm thinking maybe this is a learned response. At first I thought it was hot, but now I've covered her mouth a few times, not because of our kinks, but because I just want her to be quiet, as her crying out took me out of the mood. She's very vocal, telling me how to position myself faster, slower, etc. I don't think she's faking them to make me feel better. Definitely could be the case, but why would she just tell me I'm doing a bad job? And we're only FWBs, so she could stop hooking up with me. But sometimes they sound fake and forced, like the ones in popcorn. So my question to you is, how do I bring this up without embarrassing her or hurting her feelings? Should this even be an issue in the first place for me? If this is her way of expressing herself, any advice on how to find a middle ground so we both feel good? Oh, I tell you, I can't stand all them people that be talking. I feel like I wrote an article about this on Surviving Dating at some point, because I was just so through. Okay, nigga, please shut up. Just shut up. Don't say nothing. They want to like be a narrator, and then, well, let me shut up. But it's like they're constantly talking the whole time, like narrating all the action, and just want to talk about it. Yeah, do you like that? Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And, just talking. And I'm like, why are you talking? Why are you talking? What do you have so much to be talking about? It's like then, because you got to tune, you got to listen, right? And try to figure out what they saying. Then you got to give a response. And so that takes me out of the moment. I understand exactly what he's talking about. I could have sworn I wrote about that because I was so through. If I did, it's still on Surviving Dating. I doubt I would have taken it down, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what I called it or anything. But yeah, they just want to be chattering. Just a little chat, little magpie. Just talking. Shut up. Oh my God. But anyway, you better than me, because if she called me and I was a dude and she was doing all that chatterboxing, I would be like, I'm busy. I'm unavailable. Onyx. Oh my God. This show, where are you crazy people come from? I'm just like, this is just wild. Yeah, but they do that. They do be faking though. And it's just all that, that hair flipping and all grabbing their hair, and they got to grab sheets and they be making all the biggest noises and, just all these movements and stuff. And I just like, college is an interesting place because you see all kinds of things, but yeah, them girls would be faking. They would be faking. And the boys were so inexperienced and stupid that they didn't even know that the girls were faking. So they, get up thinking that they like all the cocksmen and stuff. It's like, let me tell you a secret. When it's really good, women are quiet. They're quiet. If she got all this energy to be screaming and flipping around and stuff, she putting on a show for you. Okay? Because when it's really good, you be like, are you there? And you might hear some little moans or something, but she's not gonna be saying a whole bunch of stuff and flipping around and doing all this stuff. So if you have a girl who's doing all that, you can rest assured that she's faking. Yeah, but most dudes don't know that because they watch the popcorns, right? So if the girl's doing what's in the popcorn, well, it looks like she was having a good time, and my girl's, doing the same thing. So and she's acting like, this is big thing. Okay, you guys got to understand when you looking at that shit is fake. Them people are getting $20,000 to flip around and make it seem like they're getting like the best dick in the world. Okay, they're getting paid to do that. They're actresses. So you're sitting there looking at it from the privacy of your home and believing it's real. You're an idiot. Okay, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Stupid. You shouldn't watch things. You can't even watch Walt Disney because you probably gonna think that thumper in them is real too. See, because you can't differentiate between reality and fantasy. So you be looking at that and thinking, oh yeah, this is real because that's what they did in the movie. You're an idiot, sir. Wake up. I'm just saying. They don't even know what time it is. But anyway, that's what I would do if I were you, dude. I would just deuce out on that. Oof. Question number 23, female 25 from Florida. No, Pat Keith Kelson. Don't make me call Nita. Where my shoes at anyway? You over here talking shit. This is what would Deb do question. How would you deal with your man's friends making sexist jokes and remarks about women? Oh, not very well. And would it matter to you if he said or did nothing while those jokes were being done in your presence? For context, these jokes and remarks are along the lines of women in sports are pointless. They should be quiet and keep a "oh" in their mouth. This isn't the first time I've talked to him about his friends, and I'm annoyed that we have to have this conversation yet again. I plan to confront him about it and how I've chosen to remove myself from the situation for a few days. We live together to save money until we all graduate. I'm really trying to hold on to the fact that this arrangement is only temporary, but it's getting to be very hard. I'm 24 and he's 28, if that helps. We've chosen, we live together to save money until we all graduate. Well, can't you live with somebody else? I mean, I understand having a roommate to save money part, but why does it have to be him? Don't you know some girls you could be a roommate with? Even if it's another dude. It don't have to be him. And, I'm going to say this. You have a man who has friends like this, and his friends do these kinds of things repeatedly and in his presence, and he does not check them. He doesn't shut it down. And so they feel okay to keep doing it. Do it again the next time, right? That means when you're not around your boyfriend, he's talking just like his friends. He doesn't say it while you're there. His friends do, but he never tells them to stop. Never says, don't do that around my girl. Respect my lady. He never says stuff like that. So that shows you that that's his character and that he's just like his friends. So what you ask, is this a what would Deb do question? Deb would be looking for someplace else to move and breaking up and getting away from him, because this is the boy that you sleeping with. This is the man that's getting all the benefits of your attention, affection, and time and energy. And this is the kind of character that he has. He's trash. This is a trash dude. Get away from him. Okay? Yeah. Until we graduate. Find somebody else to live with. Or just unask that money and live by yourself and leave this joker alone. Question number 24. This is a male in the 21 to 25 age group from Santa Clarita, California. Every time I meet a girl and go out with her, they end up dumping me. They say I'm not interesting enough. So I need to know what makes a guy be, quote, not interesting to women. And what makes a guy interesting? Okay, you guys, this is on you. So young man, you guys, what makes a man interesting? What makes a man not interesting to women? I will tell you from my perspective, this is what comes to mind. It makes you not interested when you talk about yourself non-fucking stop. All you talk about is yourself. Haven't you guys ever gone up with a dude like you talking about something, he asks you a question or you just, make a comment. Before you know it, you're talking about some third party or even something about yourself. But he like hijacks the conversation. Somehow it's about him. Everything is about him. What he likes, what he wants, where he's been, his friends, his family, his job, his interests. It's always about him. Nobody else can add to the conversation. Nobody else gets a word in edgewise. Another guy I went out with who was very boring and not interesting at all. All he could talk about was his work. He talked about his work the whole night. I'm like, well, don't you do anything besides work? And then he just looked at me. I was like, ooh, this ain't going nowhere. He had no hobbies and no interests. He just worked. He went to school to get a job so he could work, and then he worked. I was like, wow. Okay, well, yeah, next. Another thing that makes a guy not be interesting to women are men who don't like women. They don't like women. They say a bunch of negative, nasty stuff, call women bad names, and feel like their role is to use women, abuse women, mistreat women, that women are here like to be Barbie dolls for them or something. They are the ones who get mad when a woman rejects them because she peeped out that he's not, something wrong with him. Okay. So that's not interesting. What makes a man interesting? These are just a few things. Be sure to look at, the chat stream, like I said, because they're busy typing stuff for you. They're responding just like me. But what makes a guy interesting to me is a man who is full of ideas and, he reads stuff and he knows stuff. And he always has something interesting to add, a different perspective on things. Have you ever thought about this? But, if you could do this and that, it's like he has vision. He's a creative thinker. I also like a guy who's interesting is a man who is sensual. I don't mean one who just likes screwing all the time. I'm talking about one who, like, you go in, he gets to the plate his food right, and then he can, he smells and he's like, oh, this has cilantro and, oregano and this and that. He knows this stuff, right? Oh, my God. I like a man who can cook. Right? A guy who knows his way around the kitchen is just extremely interesting, especially if he's like taking a cooking class and he has like some special dishes that he makes or something from a certain part of the country, or he learned from his grandma or something like that. He has some kind of interesting hobby. He's traveled, to do it, like photography. He takes scenics from all over the world. Okay, interesting, super interesting dude. I mean, just all this stuff. The ones who are boring are the ones who only talk about work or sports. I don't care what some, innocuous baseball player that ain't nobody ever heard of but you did in 1939. Gives no fucks. Okay? Don't care. Don't want to hear it. So those are just a few things that come to mind. Look, like I said, over there and see what the ladies have to say, and they'll give you some more ideas. Okay, here's our last letter of the night. Before I do that, let me put this back up. Remind you, if you have an advice question that you want to get on one of the upcoming shows, please click the link. Look at the show description down below. Just expand the box and click the link that says get free advice. Submit your advice question here, something like that. That's where you click to get to the advice submission form. There's a form that we have that all the people fill out, and it has certain electronic releases in it which give us permission to read your letter on the air and to answer it. So if you don't do that, then your letter will never get made. Some people just want to send it to me as an email, and it goes right into the trash because you haven't signed no release, and we're not trying to be bothered with you. So make sure that you do that, okay, and just use that form, and then hopefully your letter be interesting enough that Candace will pick it. Okay, so here we go with the last question of today. This is a young lady in the 26 to 30 age group from Norfolk, Virginia. I want to end my 10-year relationship with my best friends, but my mom keeps on interfering with my decision. She said I should not end it. This is a what would Deb do question, and I'm hoping you can help me. For the past few months, our friendship became toxic. We make jokes about each other, and sometimes the jokes can be insensitive. I realize that what we're doing is bullying each other. I apologize to them even though they won't apologize to me. After that, I changed for the better, but they still mock each other, including me. 1 month ago, I observed changes in my best friends. Some of them became more sarcastic and cold to me. Whenever I feel sad, they act like they are comforting me, but it was obvious that it wasn't genuine because they used sarcasm, and it seemed like they really liked seeing me sad and miserable. Oh, wow. 26 to 30. Okay. Every time I achieve something, they smile, but their eyes and body language can't lie. They are not happy. I bluntly asked one of my best friends if they're talking bad about me behind my back, and she said yes. She kind of bold. They didn't apologize, but I forgave them. I still see no changes even to today. My relationship with them is still toxic and it hurts me. I told my mom that I'm going to end my 10-year friendship, but she said I shouldn't because having no friends is bad for me. I told her everything, but she said I should stay. I trust your judgment, Deb. What would you do in my situation and how should I handle this? Okay, that's why I did a second look, because I wanted to make sure of your age group. You in the Saturn's return. I talked about this all the time. I guess you didn't catch it. Young women between the ages of 26 and 28 hit this period where they shed friends like a snake sheds a skin. You getting ready to do that. That it just is a natural part of metamorphosing into the woman that you're going to be when you hit 30. Okay? Getting rid of this dead weight, these toxic friendships that are draining you and holding you back. It's something that it's a phase every woman goes through. Yours is just more marked, I think, because these people, there's so many of them and they're being so negative and nasty towards you. So you're positioning yourself to change and grow. You've already started it, right? Because you're apologizing to them. You're going to leave them behind with a clean slate. And I applaud you for handling yourself that way. That shows a lot of maturity, okay? Now, what you have to do is sit down with your mother and say, I'm going to do this. I don't need your approval. I don't need your buy-in. I don't need your agreement. These women are not my friends. These are haters. These women do go out of their way to backbite, undermine, and hurt me with their words and attitudes. Why you are insisting that I should maintain a contact in an abusive relationship with some people that really aren't bringing me any benefit is kind of interesting, Mother, and I don't understand why you're doing that, but that's something we probably will talk about another time. I just wanted to stop here and tell you they're gone, and it doesn't matter what you think. I'm clearing the path. I'm clearing this trash out of my life to make room for what's coming. Bright, beautiful, intelligent women that have my back, that are supportive, that I can have fun with, and a mate that is going to meet my standards. That's what I'm clearing this trash out of my life for. I would like your support. If you don't understand it, that's fine. Like I said, we can talk about it another time. But the decision has already been made. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you that this is what I'm doing. That's how you be a G, young lady. You're too old to be thinking that you need your mother's permission and that you have to do what your mama says. This is your life, and it's your mind and heart that are getting hurt, not hers. So you don't worry about what she's talking about, okay? That's not really important at all here. So I want to tell you guys, okay, Thursday's show is this, okay? So, oops, I still have my What the Fuck Tuesdays up there, but that's all right. But anyway, this is on Thursday. We're going to be talking about how young ladies get themselves in trouble and lose their housing. Can't rent an apartment. All kind of stuff happens because you just want to stay involved with dusty ass men. All right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm working on a video. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it as an upload or if I'm going to do it as a on the weekend maybe. But this one is going to be called 10 Signs that you are getting straight played. 10 signs that he's straight playing you. That's the title of the video. And I've already gotten my 8. I've got to think of 2 more. But so many young women keep getting you. You set yourself up to get played. I just don't understand it. What's going on here? So that's what we're going to be talking about. Like I said, either it's going to be an upload or a live stream over the weekend. So look for that. Hopefully you will become a subscriber to the channel, right? I want you to become a subscriber. You're going to like and share the video that you like. And then subscribe to the channel, because that's what we need you to do to help the channel grow. And then, to make sure that you get the notifications when I do uploads or schedule a new live stream. You'll be on board. You know what's happening. You won't miss it. You'll have to post on the wall up there. Oh, no, I missed the live. I really wanted to see this. Oh, my God. Why didn't I know? That's because you wasn't a subscriber. Hit them instant notification bell, see, then you won't have a problem. But anyway, I enjoyed having all of you guys here. It was great. Thanks, Shay. Shay was working tonight. And everybody, even our little troll dude, for his little donations, everybody was really generous tonight. Thank you very much. And be sure that you're here on Thursday, okay? Because that's when the fun begins all over again. I'll see y'all then. Bye-bye.